I am Caucasian or white.
Um, White, I guess. I don't like identifying as white.
I identify as white because that's how I was raised. I am half Chinese, half Caucasian.
Filipino. I'm full Filipino.
Black African American.
I've usually been referred to as white. I very rarely get called Caucasian.
Probably white.
Black African American.
People think I'm all kinds of races because I'm mixed. So I've heard Hispanic, Chinese. Some people think I'm full white. It's Pacific Islander, Hawaiian, stuff like that.
I mean, some people know I'm Filipino, others think I'm Chinese.
This is a terrible question.
No, I don't think it really matters. I think I feel about the same around everyone. I think I'm definitely more conscious about my race when I'm around people of a different race, but I don't know if that affects my level of comfortability. I'm just more aware of it.
I wouldn't say so. I mean, if certain topics come up, then yes.
St. Mary's?
Oof.
I've not had any memorable experiences that have happened to me based solely on my race here.
One time in middle school, I remember a lot of the kids, we'd play ping pong in PE, and a lot of kids thought I was like really good at ping pong because I like Asian, but I suck at ping pong.
I got a lot of Asian jokes in like middle school and elementary school. That's about it. I mean, I felt that it was pretty unwarranted because I was raised very white in a very like 90% white community, and like the other 8% was Asian. So I'm from here.
In the time that I've been here, it seems like white people are most prominent here.
Probably Caucasian.
White.
I would say white and Asian.
Probably white or probably white. I don't know. I don't want to be stereotypical, but I guess a lot of white people come from more privileged areas than people of minority races, so the opportunities that are available for those kids are greater than people of minority races.
Hard to say. We live in a predominantly white senior citizen. It's a very affluent area, Contra Costa County, so that draws in lots of white people apparently.
I think it makes it hard for real diversity to be achieved if you have a certain race that is the majority and other races aren't the majority of them.
It's just something that you immediately notice about somebody, which causes you to immediately think about everything you've ever heard about that particular race or that particular thing. You're always going to have that in mind.
Pretty comfortable.
Pretty comfortable. I don't feel like they're very bad at this school because of the whole community idea. It's like St. Mary's tries really hard to make us all feel like we're part of the community together. So I don't see too much discrimination, but I could be wrong.
Sometimes when certain topics are brought up, it's a little awkward, I guess you could say, being the only black person in the class. I feel like people kind of look at me like, is it okay if I say this? So I'm just like, well, say your opinion. And if I don't agree, then I'm going to say something about that. That's pretty much it.
I feel somewhat comfortable about it, but I think my comfortability completely depends on who I'm talking about it with, because if I'm talking about it with people of my own race, I definitely, say different things or phrase things differently than if I'm talking about it with people of other races, because I'm just way more conscious about the things that I'm saying and feel like I have to be more careful or something like that.
Makes me a little uncomfortable because it's just such a hot topic. I feel like I have to choose my words very carefully in order to not offend any certain groups of people, because at this point I feel like it changes constantly, like what's the proper term and what's the proper way to address somebody regarding their race. And yeah, it gets a little, you just have to be careful what you say on this topic.
Well, to certain people, they may have been, I guess, discriminated in the past, so it's kind of tough for them to talk about touchy subjects such as, like, their own race or other races.
That has not been apparent at St. Mary's. St. Mary's has been extremely inclusive in regards to race with their diversity club and APASA, and they have all sorts of things like that. They're definitely a very welcoming campus when it comes to that. People have looked at me as a white person doing things and seen that as a certain stereotype.
Yes, I think that's true for everyone.
Yeah, I have people, I think I feel limited by my whiteness a lot, or I feel like people, they see me as white, so they don't think that I can, act in these other ways or say these other things or have these other opinions. So I think I feel limited by it a lot, I guess. Yeah, I think that just all of the cultural and social and historical stigmas and stereotypes that are attached to different races are definitely things that I've picked up and just do without even thinking.
Yeah, I used to. I mean, I still do stereotype people, but I'm trying to work on it.
I try not to, but I do. I hate it, but I do automatically, so I try and not act off of it, but I definitely do subconsciously and semi-consciously.
I define racism as believing that one race, any race, is more powerful and more entitled and any other synonym like that in comparison to another race. Yeah.
I think people having hatred or dislike of people purely based on the fact that they are of a different race.
Since I've been here, St. Mary's students seem to be really good about most racial issues. I mean, I haven't seen any one race be openly discriminated against by any one group of students, and I don't really think I'm going to see that in my time here.
I think we're pretty conscious about racial issues. I feel like all the different clubs, there's like APASA, the Black Student Union. I feel like those clubs sort of bring up all the issues.
No, I think we have a open exchange of ideas about race. Like we have the cultural center. There are groups for race, like APASA. I know there's a Black Student Union, so I feel like people can talk about it. I feel comfortable talking about it.
I think we're pretty conscious of it. I think I've had quite a few conversations just in the few months that I've been here about it. So I think we're definitely conscious about it. I'm not sure if people are actively trying to overcome it.